I'm Solo Travel 1974, and today I'm taking you on a full, honest, and completely comprehensive ship tour of the Regal Princess. This video is part of my British and Irish cruise series on board Regal Princess, and in this one, I'm going to take you deck by deck, starting at the very top on deck 19, all the way down to the hidden gems on the lower levels. Whether you're planning a cruise on Regal Princess in 2025, or you've just disembarked and already want to relive the ship, this is for you. I'll be showing you every restaurant, every bar, all the pools, entertainment venues, and a few surprises along the way. So, let's start at the top of the ship. Deck 19 is the highest passenger accessible deck on board Regal Princess. It's not the busiest, but it's perfect if you're after fresh air and wide open sea views. There's a sunbathing space with lounges and quiet corners. Ideal for a sea day if you struggle to find a sunbed. You'll also find the lawn court up here. This is an open play area that includes a mini golf-style area and shuffleboard. And of course, it's a fantastic spot to get a panoramic view of the entire ship below and out to sea, or the port you have docked at. It is also a great place to watch a sail away, but it can get breezy up here. Deck 18, Sports Deck. This is your go-to deck for getting active. Right at the aft, you've got the jogging and walking track that loops around the back. It's 1/4 mile in length and perfect for that morning walk with a view. In the center, you've got the multi-sport court, where you can join in a game of basketball or even pickleball. There's also a small green and a golf driving net. Forward on deck 18, you will also find more sunbeds and a quiet sunbathing area. Deck 17, sun deck and kids areas. Let's start aft with the terrace pool. This is a quieter pool tucked away at the back of the ship with some of the best views over the ship's wake. There's also a designated smoking area nearby, plus loads of lounges. As a non-smoker, I found it a shame that they put a smoking area right by one of the pools, as this would be a lovely spot on a sunny day. Moving forward, you'll find Camp Discovery, which is the kids and teen areas. The treehouse is for kids, aged between 3 and 7. The lodge is for children, aged between 8 and 12, and the beach house is for teenagers aged between 13 and 17. They've all got video games, crafts, foosball, and lots of activities. They even have a teen-only outdoor lounge with a hot tub. You will also find the fitness center on deck 17. This gym has everything including treadmills with ocean views, a full set of free weights, Nautilus machines, and a studio for spin, yoga, and more. There's also a separate space for group classes. This is also where you find the screen for the movies Under the Stars. It's a huge screen. On deck 17, there are also 2 large hot tubs overlooking the pools and lots of sunbeds. As I was on a British and Irish cruise, and it wasn't sunbathing weather, I couldn't see if Princess had enough sunbeds for everyone. But there seemed to be plenty of sunbathing areas. I particularly liked this small section between deck 18 and 17. You could also do Tai Chi in the morning on deck 17. The Regal Princess and the whole Princess Cruises fleet are often called the Love Boat because of the famous TV show from the 1970s. The original Love Boat series was filmed on board. You'll even find the Love Boat logo proudly displayed on board, like this one up here on deck 17. Just forward of that is the retreat pool and bar. It is adults only and is no extra charge. It's peaceful, spacious, and a brilliant place to unwind away from the main pools. It also has 2 hot tubs. This would absolutely be my go-to spot if I was cruising the Med on Regal Princess. And right at the front of the ship, on deck 17 is the Sanctuary. This is an extra charge VIP sun deck with luxurious lounges, private cabanas with TVs, and waiter service. You'll need to reserve it in advance, but it's absolutely worth it on a sunny sea day. Let's move down 1 deck to deck 16. This is where it all happens. Deck 16 is the Lido deck, where you will find the main pools, buffet, and plenty of bars. Let's start at the aft with the Horizon Terrace. Here you've got the outrigger bar. It's a breezy spot perfect for sailaways, and an outdoor dining space linked to the buffet. It's quieter back here, a bit of a hidden gem for breakfast or a late lunch. Just inside, you enter the Horizon Bistro and Horizon Court. This is Regal Princess's buffet area. It's split into 2 sections with loads of different food stations. Expect things like pasta, roasts, stir-fries, salads, fresh fruit, and even waffles, omelettes and toast stations at breakfast. Top tip: don't miss the pastry shop in the middle. It's separate from the main buffet and packed with cakes and pastries. If you want a more detailed tour of the buffet and all the dining options on Regal Princess, then subscribe to my channel, as I will be doing an in-depth guide to all the dining options on Regal Princess in an upcoming video. Then you've got swirls for soft-serve ice cream, open most of the day and included in your fare. There is also a nice seating area here as well, if you like a bit of shade. In the center of Deck 16 is the main pool deck, with 2 pools, 2 hot tubs, and loads of sunbeds. There's also the dancing fountains area, used for light and water shows during the day and at night. It is also used for sailaways in hotter climates. Also on Deck 16, you will find more casual dining options. Firstly is the Prego Pizzeria, which has excellent freshly made pizza. Open daily from 11 a.m. until 11 p.m. Perfect for a quick lunch or after you return to the ship on a port day. You will also find here the Trident Grill, which serves things like burgers, hot dogs, chips. These are freshly made, and you will get a buzzer which will tell you when your food is ready. The Trident Grill is also open daily from 11 a.m. until 11 p.m. Between Prego Pizzeria and the Trident Grill is the Mermaid's Tail Bar, which can be very popular on a sea day. There is also the Seaview Bar. However, this bar is only open dependent on the weather. Don't forget Movies Under the Stars. This is a giant screen which plays films and concerts day and night. Forward of the pools is the SeaWalk, a glass walkway that juts out over the ocean. If you're not too scared of heights, it's a must-do photo stop. There are also some cabins on Deck 16 forward. Deck 15 to Deck 8 are where you find the staterooms and laundry. These decks are primarily for cabins. You'll find interior rooms, ocean view, balcony cabins, deluxe balcony, mini suites, and suites. There's also laundry rooms on most of these decks. This is handy if you're on a longer voyage, but they do get busy, especially on a sea day. Deck 14 has the concierge lounge and wedding chapel. The lounge is for suite guests only and offers drinks, snacks, and personalized service. Now, before we go any further, let me show you the cabin I stayed in. E604 on Deck 8. This is an obstructed balcony room, meaning your view is partially blocked by the ship's lifeboats. That said, it's still absolutely worth having a balcony. On this cruise, we had several tender ports, and if you're in a cabin like this, the tenders start moving quite early in the morning. Yes, it can be a little noisy, but it's actually fascinating to watch the whole operation. Inside, the cabin was spotlessly clean, with enough space for a solo traveler or a couple. The bed was comfortable, and I actually slept really well. There's a mini fridge, desk, a large open wardrobe area, and also some shelves where you will also find the safe. The bathroom was quite small, like most cruise ships, but it did have a good-sized shower. However, the shower had a shower curtain instead of a screen, which felt a bit old-fashioned, but it was clean and functional. There was also plenty of storage space. It did lack USB ports by the bed, so make sure to pack a multi-plug or a USB adapter. Also, make sure you pack American plugs or an European adapter if you are from the UK. I also found Deck 8 to be a great base for the cruise. There are no solo cabins on Regal Princess, unfortunately, but this option worked really well for me. Up next is Deck 7, which is the promenade deck. This is where you find the upper level of the Piazza. Deck 7 is also one of the 3 main levels for entertainment and dining. Starting aft with Vista Lounge. This is a secondary theatre-style venue. They host comedy, live music, and enrichment talks here. Just forward is the Wheelhouse bar and the Crown Grill. The Wheelhouse is cozy, often with live piano music, and the Crown Grill is a steakhouse with a brilliant surf and turf. And opposite both venues is the library. Moving forward on Deck 7, you'll first come across Princess Live. This is a studio-style venue where they host game shows, lots of quizzes and karaoke. It's got a really fun energy, and because it's an enclosed space with stadium seating, you always get a good view. Just outside is the Princess Live Café, perfect if you want a coffee in the morning or a cocktail in the evening while catching some of the action next door. It's one of those spots that's easy to miss, but lovely and quiet during the day. Next up is the Future Cruise Desk, where you can chat to a Princess rep and book your next cruise. In the Piazza, on Deck 7, you'll also find Crooner's Bar, one of my favorite venues on the ship. It's got that old-school cocktail lounge feel, famous for its martini menu and piano music in the evenings. Think Frank Sinatra vibes and lots of atmosphere. The Ocean Terrace Seafood Bar is also at the top of the Piazza on Deck 7. It serves freshly prepared sushi and sashimi in an elegant setting. It's a brilliant spot for a light lunch or dinner, especially if you love seafood. But it is an extra charge dining option, unless you have the Princess Plus or Premier package. Down the corridor is the Art Gallery, where you can browse pieces from contemporary and classic artists. They sometimes hold auctions too. If you're curious about collecting or just want to learn a bit more, then you reach the Shops of Princess, which offer duty-free shopping on everything from fragrances and skincare to jewelry and designer accessories. It's worth a browse, especially on sea days when they often have sales or special events. Also, don't miss the promenade deck on the outside of Deck 7. Many passengers miss it, and it is a bit of a secret spot. It wraps partway around the ship and offers a peaceful spot for a stroll, or to simply sit and watch the waves roll by. It's partially covered, so it's a great place to enjoy the sea air even on a rainy day. You'll find deck chairs lined up outside, perfect for relaxing with a book or a cup of coffee. It's not a full wraparound promenade like on some older ships, but it still has that classic cruise ship charm, and you will get lovely views of the wake of the ship. And finally, at the very front of Deck 7, you'll find the upper level of the Princess Theatre. This is the ship's main show lounge where the big productions take place, from full-scale musicals to guest entertainers like comedians, magicians, and vocalists. The upper level gives you a fantastic elevated view of the stage, and it's a bit quieter than the lower level if you prefer a bit more space. It's worth getting there early, as the shows are popular and seats can fill up quickly. Let's head to Deck 6 next and start at the aft of the ship. Regal Princess features 3 main dining rooms, and there are 2 on Deck 6, Allegro and Concerto. At the very aft of the ship on Deck 6 is the Allegro dining room, which operates as a fixed dining time venue. This can be booked in advance on the Princess Cruises app or onboard. One thing I really liked is that you can choose whether to be seated at a shared table, which is great for meeting fellow cruisers, or enjoy a table to yourself if you prefer dining solo or with a companion. You can ask to be seated in the same place, but this is not guaranteed in the Allegro dining room. Now, here's something to note. Allegro can be a bit tricky to find, especially on embarkation day. You can't get to it from midship on Deck 6, it's only accessible from the aft lifts or stairwells. The easiest way I found was to head to the Vista Lounge on Deck 7, then walk down the stairs, which are located just outside the Vista Lounge. There's a helpful sign here for Allegro dining room too, which definitely helps the first time you're finding your way around. Between the Allegro and Concerto dining room is the galley, and you can get a free quick tour of the galley. Look out for it in the Princess Patta magazine. Midship on Deck 6 is the Concerto dining room, and this one operates as anytime dining, so you're not tied to a set dining time. You can either walk in when you're ready. Just like Allegro, you can choose between a private or shared table, depending on your preference that evening. Both venues serve the same menu each evening, so it really comes down to what suits your daily plans and dining style. The casino is in the middle of Deck 6 and is filled with slots, blackjack, poker, and roulette. This casino is much bigger than what you would get on the British cruise ships like P&O and Morella. It is very busy in the evening, and even if you don't gamble, it is worth watching the tables and the slots. Club 6 is Regal Princess's very own nightclub-style venue. It's intimate, moody, and perfect if you fancy a late-night dance or a cocktail in a more upbeat setting. Next door is Churchill's. It's been repurposed into a small arcade area. You'll find a few retro games here, so it's worth a peek if you're looking to kill a bit of time or have a laugh with friends or family. The photo gallery is just around the corner, and this is where you'll find all the photos the photographers take of you during the cruise, whether it's that sail-away moment, formal night glamour, or dinner shots. There are touchscreens where you can browse and purchase digital or printed versions. They also sell accessories like photo frames and albums if you want a keepsake. You'll also come across Oceanfront, which is your place to go if you're after medallion accessories. Whether you want a lanyard, a wristband, a necklace holder, or something a bit more stylish to carry your medallion, this is where you'll find it. Then there's Alfredo's Pizzeria, and this one's a real favourite among Princess regulars. It's a sit-down pizzeria with a lovely Italian vibe, serving authentic Neapolitan-style pizzas, alongside starters and desserts as part of a 3-course menu. Overlooking the beautiful Piazza atrium is Bellini's Bar, a chic little spot specialising in bubbly cocktails. It's got a prime location on deck 6, with a full view of the grand spiral staircases and the live music playing below. It's a brilliant place to unwind before dinner with a glass of Prosecco or one of their signature sparkling cocktails. And forward, you will find the lower level of the Princess Theatre. Let's finish our tour on Deck 5. Deck 5 is one of the most vibrant and elegant decks on the entire ship. It's the social heart of the Regal Princess and home to the ship's stunning atrium, known as the Piazza. It's a grand 3-story open space filled with natural light, music, and a beautifully sculpted spiral staircase. Whether it's day or night, this area is always buzzing. It has soft lighting, gold accents, and plenty of seating to relax with a drink or a pastry and just take in the atmosphere. And there is a real mix of entertainment from string duos, pianists, bands, or the occasional pop-up performance. Off the Piazza, you'll find several of the ship's most loved venues. First up is the Symphony Dining Room, one of 3 main dining rooms on board. This one offers traditional cruise dining with fixed seating times, ideal if you prefer a consistent schedule and getting to know your waiter and fellow table mates. Right next to the atrium is the International Café, which is a real hub throughout the day and night. This is the ship's 24-hour venue, serving up freshly made sandwiches, salads, sweet pastries, and excellent coffee. Whether it's a quiet spot for breakfast or a late-night snack, it's the go-to for something casual and quick, and it's all included in your cruise fare. If you enjoy a good glass of wine, stop by Vine's Wine Bar, where you can choose from a curated selection of wines by the glass or bottle. They sometimes offer tapas or cheese plates as well, and it's a lovely spot for a pre-dinner drink or even just some quiet time with a book. Then there's Good Spirits at Sea, which is a really clever concept bar. Here, the bartenders craft cocktails with a story behind them, each one inspired by a destination. Craving something sweet? Just around the corner is Gelato, where you can treat yourself to Italian-style gelato and premium desserts. It's an extra charge if you're on the standard fare, but included with the Princess Plus and Premier packages, and absolutely worth trying at least once. For those looking to indulge in something a bit more special, Sabatini's is the ship's Tuscan-inspired specialty restaurant. Think hearty pastas, aged balsamic, and rich desserts served in a beautiful setting with warm, rustic decor. Perfect for a special night out on board. Deck 5 is also where you'll find the Lotus Spa and the Enclave Thermal Suite, which is a peaceful retreat with heated lounges, hydrotherapy pools, and steam rooms. It's available to book for a day or for the entire cruise, and it's one of those hidden gems if you love a bit of pampering. You'll also find the Internet Cafe here if you need a place to log on or print something, although most people just use the Medallion Net Wi-Fi around the ship. Lastly, Deck 5 is home to the Guest Services Desk and the Shore Excursions Desk, where you can speak to the staff, ask questions, or book any last-minute port tours. It's always worth popping by on the first day to double-check tour timings or make any dining adjustments. Deck 4 isn't somewhere most passengers spend much time, but it's important. This is typically where disembarkation takes place when you're in port, or where you would get on a tender boat, and it's also home to the ship's medical centre, which is handy to know, even if you hope never to need it. That wraps up our complete tour of the Regal Princess. But wait, there's still more to cover. If you want to know what it's really like to cruise on Regal Princess around the British Isles, the entertainment, the food, the vibe, and what surprised me, then make sure to watch the next video in this series. My full honest cruise review of the Regal Princess. Subscribe now so you don't miss it. And thanks for watching.